Hello everybody, welcome into Danbury Arena. It's game 3 of a 3-game set between the Danbury Hat-Tricks and the Columbus River Dragons. My name is Josh Starr, and tonight joined by John Stefanson in the booth, Hat-Tricks defenseman. It's great to have you here.
Thanks for having me. I'm really excited to be up here. It's just definitely a different experience, obviously, than playing, and so thanks for having me. I'm really looking forward to it.
Me too. It's going to be a fun night, and the Hat-Tricks looking for the sweep tonight, coming in 26-11-3, second in the league, right behind Watertown. And Columbus not far behind in third place at 19-11-4. It's the first 2 games, the Hat-Tricks really clamped down in their own zone, not giving up a ton, and Columbus really didn't have much chances except for on the couple power plays they were able to score on. But the penalty kill and the goaltending has been really good so far in the first couple games. What do the Hat-Tricks have to do tonight to keep that going?
Yeah, definitely. You said it. You touched on it with the penalty kill. It's been pretty good for the Hat-Tricks so far here, but obviously the best penalty kill is to stay out of the box, and that's definitely something that the Hat-Tricks have been talking about in the room. It's been a bit of a tough sledding the first couple games, just taking a couple too many than they wanted for sure. But no, that's definitely one of the biggest keys. One of the other biggest keys I think they're looking at tonight is really just playing as a team. You know, it's not a one-line team. This is a deep team, and it's really a team that gets things done by committee, not just one person. And they're definitely looking to continue that trend tonight.
Contributions last night, Kodiak White Duck getting on the board with a couple points, and now a couple new pieces back in the lineup tonight. Bryce French steps in, Zach Lazaro out, as well as Tal Finberg stepping in for Tobias Ojic. So some changes in the lineup tonight, but the Hat-Tricks will look to come away with the sweep here on Sunday night in Danbury. We'll step aside here. We'll come back for the puck drop. Coming up next here, the Hat-Tricks and the River Dragons. Stick with us right here on the Hat-Tricks YouTube channel.
Number 61, Nicola Lamé. On defense, number 77, Aaron Atwell. Also on defense, number 2, Garrett Gallagher. And in goal, number 30, Brian Wilson. The coaching staff for the Danbury Hat-Tricks. General Manager Billy McCreary. Head Coach Dave McKeisen. Assistant Coaches John Karpinski, Tyler Noseworthy, Matt Boydie, and Equipment Manager Kian Farsad. Ladies and gentlemen, at this time we ask that you kindly stand and please remove your caps and direct your attention to the flag as we honor those who protect our freedom.
Just about ready for puck drop here in Danbury. The Hat-Tricks will send out the top line. Johnny Ruiz, Tom Mealy, and Nick Levesque here tonight. Aaron Atwell and Garrett Gallagher. The top D pair for the Hat-Tricks, Johnny McDonald and Steve Brown, will start. Corey Anderson centers the second line with Kodiak White Duck and Tal Finberg. And Dustin Jesso centers the third line with Brett Jackson and Dmitry Kuznetsov. The final D pair for the Hat-Tricks, Bryce French and Dimitri Daniluk. Brian Wilson in net for the Hat-Tricks. Game number 11 for him, 7-2-0, a 3.00 goals against, and an .897 save percentage. It's Bailey McBurney for Columbus. Started game 1 of the series, made way for Cosentino last night, but McBurney comes in 9-5-3. Columbus starts with the opening faceoff, and we are underway here in Danbury. Deep into the hat-trick zone, Anderson scooping back to the point. Levesque able to take it off the wall, and Ruiz will outlet. Up the left wing, Tom Mealy stops at the top of the circle, cuts down low, the backhand in front, knocked away by Columbus and out to center. Krupp did not play the first 2 games for Columbus. Right back into the lineup here tonight. He's crunched into the boards by McDonald. The Hat-Tricks come away with the puck. Up the near boards, Nolan tips wide of the net, and Danbury will control. 30 seconds in, no score here in Danbury. Johnny McDonald back behind his own cage.
Yeah, Columbus definitely looking to get off to a hot start tonight. I mean, they didn't travel all this way just to lose 3 games.
Hat-Tricks will try to break the brooms out tonight, but Columbus has other ideas. In the corner, it is Steve Brown pinning the puck against the boards. Doe digging away at it with Bersani, and to a side battle. Puck still held up along the corner boards. A minute into play here as Corey Anderson works it free to the far wing. Tal Finberg chopping ahead but can't get it out of the zone. Puck hops in the air for Finberg, still battling a bouncing puck, and Columbus comes away with it. Bersani to the left point. Ozolinch, the shot, blocker down by Wilson behind and smacked up the boards. Steve Brown there for the hat-tricks along the half wall, stopped by Petrantonio, kicking it ahead, and the hat-trick still can't clear. White cuts in at the slot, his shot stopped by Wilson and cleared to the boards. White had 2 last night. The hat-tricks goaltender here tonight making a big stop as Finberg dumps in off the Columbus bench, so whistle blows. 18-18 left in the first, no score. Big stop from Wilson there to start things off.
Yeah, bit of a back and forth here just to start off the game. A large amount of the game so far has been played in that one corner there. It's a bit of a trouble corner, but we'll see how it affects the rest of the game here.
Faceoff comes to center. Jesso will take and win it back for Jackson to turn around at his own blue line. On the left side, Underwood takes him off the puck, and Graham skates into the hat-trick's end. Jesso on the back check, able to chip up the boards. Bounces by Jackson. Jesso will find it, and with speed, heads to center. Left to right, into the offensive zone. Cuts to the left circle, rips one high and wide. It bounces off the end boards and into the corner. Grant Mentis around behind for Vanelli in the corner, and Columbus will look to outlet up the right side. Tipped into the hat-trick's end. Bouncing puck in on Wilson, who will play up the boards to Jackson. Past him, Jesso speeding to center. Will grab it. It's poked away from behind. Columbus steers right back to center. Jackson feeds into the offensive zone off the linesman's skate, but the River Dragons still able to control. 2.5 into play here in the first. No score, and Columbus charges ahead. Stopped at the line, and the hat-tricks turn forward. Ruiz can't connect on his pass. It's Dalton Anderson into the hat-trick's end. Backhand from the circle is in front, and Ruiz able to turn it to the side. Tom Mealy treks back. 3 points last night for Mealy, trying to work ahead to center, and he does get it to the neutral zone, but Columbus right back in. Wilson out of the net, leaves around the far side. One-time shot off the boards from Riley, stopped by the hat-tricks and turned out. Tom Mealy at center, unable to control. Riley takes over. Right to left, Columbus, stopped by Anderson, smacked into the offensive end. McBurney behind the net, leaving into the corner for Ozolinch up the near boards. Outlet ahead onto the right side. Petrantonio kicks it to Riley in the high slot. His shot stopped off by the hat-tricks. Daniluk takes over and banks to center. Hammered right back in. Daniluk behind his own net, tipped to Finberg, who can't clear. On the right side, it's White, chipping down low. Now it's back to him, and he'll feed behind the hat-trick's net. Doe, wraparound try, now will cut out to the circle. The wrist shot stopped by Wilson up high with his shoulder. Able to grab it. 16-14 to go in the first, no score, and hat-trick spending a ton of time in their own end so far.
Yeah, it's been not the most ideal start for the hat-tricks here. One of the themes so far, I think, of the game has really been a bouncing puck. So for both teams, it hasn't been all that clean, but the River Dragons getting a couple chances right off the bat here.
Hat-tricks at times in this series have struggled to get out of their own zone, and the last couple nights, Pete DeSalvo making a few saves. Hat-tricks ice the puck here just about 4 minutes into the game. Still no score. This time, Brian Wilson, 2 big saves early on, settling in nicely.
Yeah. Willie's been a great addition to our team, not only on the ice but in the locker room as well. He's such a wonderful guy, and just like I said, a great goaltender as well. And we've been really blessed to have Pete and Willie come in kind of around the same time and really hold it down for us. Both
have been outstanding hat-tricks. Just the 2 losses to Watertown in the couple of weeks since those 2 came back and Wilson came back. DeSalvo joined the team for the first time this year. And so far at home, it's been outstanding for the hat-tricks. 18-2-0 in this building. Only 2 losses to Watertown. Columbus trying to change that here tonight as they serve one wide of the net. It bounces back to the point. Carter tips, and Jesso able to carry out to center for the hat-tricks. Up the right wing, dances across the line. High slot will feed down low to Jackson past his stick. Behind the net, he'll take over. Kuznetsov in the corner to Jesso at the circle. Right back down low to Kuznetsov. Around behind the net, working his way out, looking for Jesso in the slot, and it was tipped away. Grant Menace will weave his way to center ice and cut into the hat-trick's end. His shot low and kicked away by Wilson. In the near boards, Gallagher outlets. Johnny Ruiz through center, the captain for the Hat-Tricks. A quick shot, and it is gloved by McBurney. 15:05 to go in the first. Still no score. Now let's maybe see if the Hat-Tricks can get some momentum going in the offensive zone here.
Yeah, absolutely. It was a good shift there by Jesso, Kuznetsov, and Jackson. They're three really creative players, and it's a good line to put out there to create some momentum in the offensive zone.
Here's Levesque passing out in front for Ruiz, just past his stick, and it's turned right back down low. Columbus unable to clear, it bounces off something on the glass and back behind the net. Anderson along the near boards, drops back behind, and Columbus will look to outlet. Up the far side, Nolan to Riley, and in through the neutral zone, into the Hat-Trick's end, cutting to the right circle, will whip one, and is stopped by Wilson, back up to the point. Anderson back down low. Ruiz intercepts, and Levesque shovels at center. It's blocked by Nolan. French is able to force the turnover at his own line. Numbers for the Hat-Tricks. Mealy into the zone, feeding toward Levesque, and it was intercepted by White. He'll clear to center. Krupp into the Hat-Trick's end, has one chasing in the middle. The pass in front, blocked by Daniluk, and the Hat-Tricks back the other way. Ozolinch tips that one in, so no icing against the Hat-Tricks, and he will go back to play it for the Dragons. Doe through center, stopped from behind, and White Duck able to take the puck for the Hat-Tricks. Atwell all the way through center, tipped by Finberg into the offensive end. 6 minutes gone in the first, no score. Dragons in their own end, outletting to Bersani. He'll carry to center, gaining the red line, and feed to the left wing where Gallagher is able to bank it ahead. Finberg has it in center, ahead to White Duck on the right wing into the zone, feeds one toward the net, and it's smothered by McBurney. 13:38 to go in the first. No score here early in Danbury.
TK's American Cafe on White Street in Danbury. Stop by TK's, try one of their amazing 76 amazing wings flavors. My favorite is the Gold Rush.
You can head to tksamericancafe.com. You're filling in for Jim tonight. He loves the honey barbecue wings.
I've not made my way over there yet, but I'm excited to go over and try the Gold Rush. I don't know what those taste like, but we'll see.
Have to try and get a dish over here for you. Try out all the different flavors. They have a ton of them.
Absolutely. 76, that's
a lot.
That takes some creativity. Holy smokes.
Maybe a nice sampler for all the different flavors they could have.
Yeah.
Hat-Tricks offensive zone face-off here, scoreless. Just over 6 minutes in, and Columbus wins it and carries out the center. The net off as Finberg got his stick stuck in the back of the net. So the face-off, I'd imagine, will come out to the neutral zone here.
Yeah, the pace of the game's picked up a little bit here, Josh. It's a bit more of a track meet, as I like to call it, kind of a more north-south, back-and-forth type game here, and we'll see if that trend continues here.
Couple whistles here, the media timeout, and now a quick one after that. Maybe slow things down a little bit, but the Hat-Tricks in the neutral zone here, looking to win a face-off. It bounces to the near boards where Carter drops for Doe, and Columbus will look to tip in. And this one goes high out of play on the near wing. 13:23 left, no scoring. Talk about a track meet now. We have a couple whistles right in a row.
Yeah, never know what to expect in a hockey game. Expect the unexpected.
This faceoff will come back in front of the Hat-Tricks bench, right outside the Danbury zone to our left. Anderson will take against Bersani. No score here early in the first. Hat-Tricks looking for the 3-game sweep this weekend at home against Columbus. Completing the first half of the season series, the two teams will meet again in Columbus in a couple of weeks' time. Here's Doe into the Hat-Tricks end, tipped in front. Jesso swatting it back towards his goal, but the Hat-Tricks find it with Atwell, and Jesso will skate to center. Left to right into the offensive zone, wings around to the far side and dumps into the corner. White Duck plays it behind on the cycle. The Hat-Tricks have the puck back. Jesso up high for Atwell at the point, and the shot all the way through. And McBurney able to make the stop. 7 minutes in, no score, and good opportunity there for the Hat-Tricks, but still no traffic in front of the net.
Yeah, White Duck filling in for Jax on that Jesso and Kuznetsov line. That was actually just a change that he was on for. But no, like I said, those guys they're such creative players, and it's not a surprise to see them in the offensive zone creating chances.
Here's Jesso on the offensive zone face-off. Can't win it. It's out to center, and Steve Brown will take over. Back in his own zone. Outlets ahead. It's turned over. Grant Menace into the near circle, bottom of the ring, and sealed off the puck hard by Brown. And the Hat-Tricks clear up to the point. McDonald able to glove down a shot, and now Jesso to center. Getting the legs moving, trying to get into the zone, but the Hat-Tricks were in offside with Kuznetsov in. Touching the puck by. It is 12:34 to go in the first. Still no score here. Kuznetsov might be down on the near wing there. He took a hit at the end of that play.
Bit of an awkward hit there, trying to dodge a check. He kind of caught it on the side. Looks to be okay.
Makes his way to the bench. Hat-Tricks replace him with Adamo Asselin on this line here with Jesso and Jackson. Neutral zone draw, one forward by Jesso. Jackson speeds into the zone and is crushed off the puck. It is Columbus to take out to center. Grade up into the Hat-Trick zone. Jackson out of his skates, able to dish it off to the right wing. Asselin ahead. Jesso into the zone on the right side along the hash marks. Feeds in front. It's blocked by Grant Mentis, and Columbus out to center. Graham into the Hat-Trick's end, swinging wide right along the circle, fires through the goal mouth all the way off the end boards, and the Hat-Tricks bank it to center. Danbury changing lines. Columbus at its own line will outlet ahead. Riley tips in, past Daniluk into the corner. Wilson up the far boards and to the point where it's played back down low by White. Scoop back to the point for Columbus. White has it over his stick, and he'll have to go back into his own end for it. 8 minutes gone in the first. No score between the Hat-Tricks and Dragons. Columbus pass all the way down, ices the puck here. Back into the Columbus end here with the Hat-Tricks top line on the ice.
Yeah, each team doing a pretty good job in their defensive zone of really just keeping the play to the outside. There haven't been too many chances in tight here for each team, and a couple point shots, but nothing lethal enough to get on the board yet.
7-3 on the shot total. The Hat-Tricks out in front. Columbus in front on the shot board. It is Daniluk back in his own zone. Feeding ahead for Tom Mealy. It's off his stick and back to the Hat-Tricks end where French takes over. Daniluk will search ahead for a pass, feeds off to French, and the outlet is tipped by Columbus into the River Dragons end. Levesque chasing in after Ozelinch, and in the corner it's the Dragons coming away with it on the far side. Outlet to center, tipped by the Hat-Tricks, but turned right back to the Columbus end. Dragons through center. Riley on the right side will skate into the offensive end. Flings a shot in off Atwell. Bounce to the side of the net. Gallagher tips it up in the air. It bounces along the near boards, and Anderson takes the center for the Hat-Tricks. Cutting by, banks it into the offensive zone. In the corner, McBurney plays up the boards. Finberg seals it off there and dumps it right back behind. In the corner, Atwell drops below for White Duck in the corner, and back to the point, Atwell. Looking all the way down low. A chip pass out of the air. Finberg able to grab it. Working his way back up high. Feeding to the dasher for White Duck off his stick, and Columbus will take over. Outlet pass for the Dragons out of the reach of Doe, and the Hat-Tricks right back on the puck at center. Flipped into the offensive zone by Atwell, and in front of the Columbus net, it's turned over. Jesso has it on the right side. Working his way down low behind the cage. All the way out the far side, looking to turn and shoot, but didn't have an angle. Play it behind for White Duck. Near side, back down low for Finberg. Out in front, it's blocked. Jesso in the corner had it off the referee's skate. It's played up the far boards. Atwell able to keep it in. White Duck at the bottom of the far circle. Banks it behind the net. Jesso on the near side. Out up high. It's off a skate. White Duck able to find it. Along the right point, Gallagher through traffic, kicked down by Carter, but he can't clear. Atwell walks the line on the far point, will fire, it's blocked, has a second chance, plays toward the slot, and this time cleared by Columbus. Halfway through the first period, still scoreless here in Danbury between the Dragons and the Hat-Tricks. Puck takes a bounce in the corner. Kuznetsov back on the ice on the forecheck for the Hat Tricks, and it's tipped out to center by Columbus. McDonald at the red line to the far wing where Kuznetsov skates into the offensive end, and Jackson beat him in, and they'll go offside. 9:06 to go in the first. No score between the Hat Tricks and the Dragons. We'll be right back.
Fairfield County Bank is the official bank of the Danbury Hat Tricks. It's where the Hat Tricks bank and the tellers wear the Danbury Hat Tricks top hat. Fairfield County Bank is the hometown bank of the Danbury Hat Tricks and are proud to support their hometown team.
Neutral zone face-off here with 9:06 left in the first. No score. Hat Tricks send out the top line with Johnny Ruiz, Tom Mealy, and Nick Levesque. And Ruiz able to win the draw. At the red line, it's Steve Brown dumping into the offensive end. Behind the net, McBurney leaves it for Grade, who will dump right back behind for Nolan to look for an outlet pass. Hat Tricks forecheck aggressive here as Columbus struggling to get out of the zone. It's Brown who hammers right back in, but Grant Menace takes it to center. Speeds to the Hat Tricks line. The shot tipped up in the air, wide of the net, and Grant Menace crashes into Wilson. The net comes off. 8:38 to go in the first. No score, and Hat Tricks back in their own end there. Wilson able to make the stop.
Yeah, Grant Menace just trying to get something going here. His team hasn't really had a shot on net in a while, so he just kind of trying to put the puck on net and really just trying to create something. Obviously, knocking the net off isn't the most ideal play, but really just trying to get pucks on net, and sometimes that can create a momentum and just sort of break the ice. No pun intended.
Hat Tricks at center. Somebody's got to break the ice. We can't end 0-0, you know.
That's right.
Hopefully the ice stays intact.
That's right.
Here's the Hat Tricks in the neutral zone. A face-off. Try to drop it for the third time, and they do, with Ruiz winning it. McDonald races up the far side and dumps into the offensive zone. Rims around the far boards where Nolan takes it behind the Columbus net. Banking to center. No one there for the Dragons. Steve Brown has it for Danbury. Across to Aaron Atwell. Those two generally play together but split up tonight as Grade swats it right at his head coach, Jerome Bichard, on the bench. It goes out for a face-off. 8:16 to go. No score here in the first.
Yeah, Atwell and Brown really complement each other. Both really smart players. Atwell a little more mobile. Brown a very strong player. But just kind of shows the depth of the Hat Trick. Splitting them up tonight is not a bad move. Just really sort of move some vets up and down the lineup and spread the depth out.
Brown playing with Johnny McDonald tonight. Atwell up with Garrett Gallagher, who normally plays with Zach Lazaro, but he is out of the lineup tonight. Hat Tricks, after some arguing, get this face-off in their offensive zone. The right call. The puck was chipped out from the Columbus end, and the Hat Tricks look to win it. It is Columbus along the far side. Petrantonio, haven't called his name a ton tonight yet, but he is the highest scorer for this Columbus team coming into the series with 56 points. Hat Tricks able to seal him off and carry back out to center. Finberg turning into the offensive zone, wide to the right side at the circle. The shot off a shin pad into the far corner. Wrister from there is Anderson on goal, and McBurney covers it up with 7:50 left in the first.
Yeah, both teams really, just like I mentioned with Grant Menace before, both teams really just trying to get something going, just putting pucks on net. You know, obviously if things aren't coming to the high danger chances, you really have to just take what you can get in that sense and put pucks on net and try and test the goaltender really and keep them busy. And it's the old cliche of putting pucks on net's never a bad thing. You never know what can happen.
Columbus wins the draw and plays to center. In the first couple games of this series, there were big chances for both sides, but so far tonight, there hasn't really been that grade A chance for either team that they have been able to generate, and that's where they just try to throw pucks on net like you mentioned. Back at center, it's Daniluk along the far side to French, who chips into the offensive end. Oklin behind will take it right back and up the right side. White across the red line, trying to backhand into the zone, blocked by Kuznetsov. Hat-Tricks have it right back with Daniluk in his own end. Ahead to Jesso, 2-on-1 for the Hat-Tricks. Jesso on the left circle looking in front, and the pass back in front, and Jackson the rebound try, stopped by McBurney. Kuznetsov was on the back post there for Jesso, just couldn't get the pass there. Here's Columbus into the offensive end. Krupp on the left side, lasers one high and wide, and it bounces back up to the point. Chip tipped in front, and it is McDonald trying to clear, cannot. Along the near side, Carter back down low. Grant Menace over his stick, and the Hat-Tricks take it behind their own cage. 6:38 to go in the first, still scoreless. Hat-Tricks tip into the offensive zone and change lines. Ruiz line getting out on the ice for Danbury. Dragons through their own zone, dropping back to Underwood on the far side. Sealed off by Tom Mealy, and the Hat-Tricks work to center ice. Levesque trying to poke ahead for Ruiz. It was stopped by Carter, and Grant Menace steers back to the Hat-Trick zone. All the way through center from McDonald. It's over Levesque's stick, and that will go for icing against Danbury. 6:13 left in the first. No score.
Yeah, we're starting to see things open up a little more here. Pretty solid 2-on-1 there. A bit of a broken 2-on-1 with Jesso and Kuznetsov. Jesso trying to center it. Goes off a shin pad, and Jackson, the water bug that he is in there for a rebound, but nice save there.
Hat-Tricks win the draw in their own zone, but can't clear up the side. It's Levesque taking over. Puck hops over to the far side now. Tom Mealy to center. Chipping ahead for Johnny Ruiz, looking to get in the zone. Couldn't catch up to the puck, and Columbus into the offensive end now. Vanelli looping his way to the slot, sealed off by Brown, and it's turned up to the point. Underwood whips all the way around into the corner, and Graham comes away with it back out in front through everyone, and Hat-Tricks looking to tip the center, but it's kept in by Columbus into the corner. Graham, 5.5 to play in a scoreless first. Graham all alone in the Hat-Tricks end, sealed off by Brown, but Graham still controls the puck in the corner. Playing it back to the near side. Doe takes it off the wall. Columbus completing almost a full change here in the Hat-Tricks end. Penalty now is delayed call against the Hat-Tricks as Gray takes it at the point. The blast gloved by Wilson, and the Hat-Tricks will head to the penalty kill for the first time tonight. 5:14 to go in the first, no score, and Tom Mealy goes off for slashing.
Yeah, a bit of a long shift there, and that's just what happens sometimes when you can't clear the puck. Get a little tired, legs aren't quite there, and sometimes that just happens. Sometimes you aren't moving your feet quite like you want to, and take a slashing penalty.
Hat-Tricks to the kill. The Cyberus penalty kill is as the Hat-Tricks win the draw and cannot clear. White at the point, walks the line, plays across Petrantonio. 5:05 to go. Just starting a Columbus power play. Anderson intercepts and powers it to center. Vanelli turns back and takes over for Columbus. Into the Hat-Trick zone, all the way across left side. Vanelli at the circle, stopped by Gallagher, and he'll hammer up. Bersani able to get across to keep it in. Petrantonio to the point. Bersani cutting to the circle. Hash marks now as Petrantonio looking all the way across to the far ring. Doe has it there, backs to the point. White, the shot through traffic, blocker down and cleared by the Hat-Tricks. Columbus just 2 for 14 on the power play so far in this series. Their first chance tonight. Halfway through it, the Hat-Tricks able to clear once again with 4:15 left in the first. Dragons back through center. Krupp off to the near wing. Dropping back on the far side, Nolan ahead toward the Hat-Trick zone, and the Hat-Tricks really a good job at the blue line there to keep the zone entries difficult for Columbus on the power play. 40 seconds left on the kill for the Hat-Tricks, under 4 in the first. Outlet pass all the way through, and that'll be icing against the Columbus power play here with 3:46 left. 32 ticks left on the penalty kill, and a really good job so far by the Hat-Tricks PK. We'll talk about that when we come back here. Hat-Tricks and Columbus still scoreless here late in the first. The Hat-Tricks penalty kill is brought to you by Cyberus. Cyberus is a worldwide gaming clan here to bring you a world of entertainment in gaming. Support them on Discord and Twitch TV. And that Hat-Tricks penalty kill, John, doing a really good job on this chance so far.
Yeah, they've been doing a really good job of what you call holding the line, which is trying to stay up on the blue line here as the River Dragons come in. Something that we've talked about a lot over the past couple weeks is really just not giving teams easy entries into the zone, and like I said, they've been doing a great job with it so far tonight. And on this penalty kill.
Yeah, and they forced an icing on the power play for Columbus. They have 25 seconds left. The Dragons won the face-off and carry into the Hat-Tricks end. At the line, Anderson walking down the shot. Blocked by Brown into the corner. He'll swat it ahead. Can't clear. Nolan keeps it in. Across the line to Gray. Back to Nolan, center point. Now Riley on the left circle. Stopped by Brown and shoved down. The pass back to the point. Hops over Nolan, and the Hat-Tricks have 2 seconds left on the kill. Levesque able to lay a hit at center. Mealy out of the box, and the Hat-Tricks kill off the first penalty. We might have a fight here at center, and now Nolan backs off. Levesque was ready to go, but the Hat-Tricks take over in their own end with 3 minutes left, back to full strength here in the first period of a scoreless game. Kick down at center by White, looking to get by Atwell, and he'll be stopped along the Hat-Tricks line. Twirled all the way back into the Hat-Tricks zone. Gallagher will turn back for it. Behind his own cage, Banks off the glass, high to center ice. Bouncing puck settled by Nolan, and across it is Underwood swatting into the Hat-Tricks end. Wilson behind the cage, looking to take it off the end boards, but it rolled on edge, so he couldn't control it, and the Hat-Tricks on the far side look to get out to center. Jesso upended there. Jackson will get the puck and skate out. Left to right, Hat-Tricks through center. Kuznetsov speeding into the zone, the wrist shot, and it's sealed off by McBurney right under that blocker with 2:17 to go in the first.
Yeah, this Jesso, Jackson, Kuznetsov's had a pretty good start here. Jackson's one of the unsung heroes, I think, on our team. He's a player that does. He's one of those players that does really everything right. A lot of just little things right, and they all add up to good things for the team.
Jackson with 19 points in 27 games so far, and he's always in the mix in the offensive zone. Seems to be in the right place whenever he's out on the ice, and always around the net as well, looking for rebounds and trying to get in sight lines for opposing goaltenders. Columbus wins the draw in their own zone. Behind, the Hat-Tricks force the turnover. Mealy along the corner, back to the point. Gallagher looking to shoot through traffic. It's blocked by Bersani and bounces into the corner. Vanelli looking to outlet there. Stopped by Tom Mealy again in the corner. Out in front to Ruiz. The blast. He scores! The Hat-Tricks on the board first. Ruiz gets his 37th of the season, and the Hat-Tricks are up 1-0. Last 2 minutes here in the first.
So starting with the shift before, that Jackson line created some really good momentum and got this line an offensive zone draw.
Take a look at the replay here. Mealy making the play along the wall.
Yeah, this line doing a great job of just being patient and pouncing on turnovers, and they did a great job of forcing a turnover there and creating offense off the turnover.
You talk about the grade 8 chances haven't really been easy to come by in this game for either team, but that's the kind of effort you need to create those chances for yourself right along the wall, winning those battles, keeping the other team in their own end, and it leads to a goal.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, like I said, it's been a bit of a chess match so far here, and really even that forecheck was a bit of a microcosm of how the game's been a chess match. Really, it just sort of biding your time and being just really smart as opposed to so aggressive and running around. But Mealy was just a great read, and Ruiz a great job opening up and being an option for Mealy on the play.
The captain gets goal number 37 on the season. Mealy will get another assist, had 3 points last night. That's actually his 200th career professional point for Tom Mealy. So a couple milestones lately. Johnny Ruiz playing his 100th game in the league over the last weekend in Watertown, and now Tom Mealy. Career point 200. Hat tricks turn into the offensive zone. Mealy gets the only assist on the goal. 1:40 left in the first period. 1-0. Hat tricks on top. Turned right back into the Columbus corner. Taken off the wall there by Carter and played to center. Gallagher chips right back in. 90 seconds to go in the first. Carter around behind will play up the boards, and Gallagher takes over for the Hat Tricks at center. He'll drive all the way into the zone, and it's Finberg along the far side playing in deep. Vanelli there for Columbus. The outlet ahead up the left wing to Schmidt, who banks back to Vanelli and through center. Columbus is sealed off the puck. Gesso into the offensive zone on the forecheck in the corner. Pestering Carter, and he forces the turnover, chipping out in front. It was behind Jackson, and it's cleared to center. Last minute in the first, 1-0 Hat Tricks. Johnny Ruiz scoring with 1:58 left in this first period. Kuznetsov looking for Gesso, streaking on the far side through the neutral zone. It's intercepted, and Grant Mentis will take over for Columbus. 40 seconds left in the period. The outlet on the left wing to Graham, stopped as the Hat Tricks barrel in the neutral zone. Looking for the puck, Grant Mentis comes away with it. Swatted into the Hat Trick zone, side of the net. Wilson leaves it for Brown, who backhands up the boards. Gesso finds it along the half wall with 23 seconds left. He'll chip high in the air to center. Underwood unable to kick it, and it's played right back to the neutral zone by Columbus. Into the Dragons' end with 10 seconds left. Behind his own net, Grade surveys and starts up the ice. Underwood will blast all the way into the Hat Trick zone with 3 seconds left. McDonald in behind, chips, and I think that was an icing call. The whistle came about 4 seconds late.
I think you're right there. I think the linesman might have been open. The clock was going to run out before he had to make the call, but ultimately the River Dragons trying a play that I think about the Sedins on that type of play. They would often, shoot it off the end boards to one another with speed, and it can be a really tricky play. It's almost like a trick play in football where you try and catch the opponent off guard in that sense. But ultimately it goes for an icing here.
I wonder if Dave McIsaac would consider taking Brian Wilson to the bench here. 2.8, not worth risking it probably, as Ruiz will take the draw, looking to get back to Mealy, but Columbus wins it. And that'll do it for the first period. It's 1-0 Hat Tricks after one. Johnny Ruiz, his 37th of the year from Tom Mealy. And it was a back and forth first period. No team really could pull away and get a grasp of the game and seize the momentum, but the Hat Tricks finishing strong there with the play along the wall and getting the goal with Ruiz.
Yeah, like we talked about it, the first, especially half of the period, was a bit of a chess match. A lot of play being around the perimeter of the ice, and the Hat Tricks created some energy in the last half of the period, and really relied on their forecheck to create some offense for themselves. Just really putting themselves in smart positions and letting Columbus sort of make their mistakes and then pouncing when they did. And ultimately, you saw that on the Ruiz goal as Tom Mealy just made a really good read on the forecheck and was able to create a turnover and find Ruiz in front. Ruiz made no mistake.
Hat Tricks captain gives Danbury the 1-0 lead after the first. We'll step aside and be back with period number 2 here from Danbury Arena. Hat Tricks up after 1. Ready for the second period of action here from Danbury. Josh Starr with John Stephenson. It is 1-0 hat tricks after the first period, and we are set for period number 2 here. Johnny Ruiz will take the opening faceoff against Jack Riley, and it is won by Columbus as we get underway here in the second. Dragons moving left to right in the second period in their road white jerseys. Columbus written diagonally across the chest as Ruiz forces the turnover at center. He's stopped from behind. That'll be a penalty coming up against Columbus. Mealy dumps it down low behind the net, out in front from Levesque. It's grabbed by Schmidt, and the hat tricks will head to their first power play of the night.
Yeah, similar to the Tom Mealy slashing call in the first there, just Columbus player just really not moving his feet as much as maybe he should have, and just got his stick caught in the arm of Johnny Ruiz. Not sure if there was a penalty call there.
I think Schmidt is just taking his time, taking his time over to the box.
Yeah, acting innocent.
Hat tricks head to the Ferrer Electric power play. You need power? Pete is going to light you up. Dependable, reliable services you can trust. Pete Ferrer and his team get you the juice to turn you loose. Hat tricks on the power play, as early on in this second period they are able to get a man advantage and look to extend the lead to 2. 15 seconds in, Schmidt gets 2 for hooking, and the hat tricks are into the offensive zone. McBurney out of the net, leaves it into the corner. Atwell able to work it off the boards. Down low to Ruiz. It goes behind for Tom Mealy to take over. 50 seconds into the period, 30 into a hat tricks power play. Gallagher at the left circle to the slot, touched down low by Ruiz, and Levesque serves right back up high. Gallagher along the near half wall, leaving for Ruiz, down low to Levesque. Ruiz has it right back up high to Gallagher. The hat trick set up here on the power play. Near boards, Johnny Ruiz takes it off the wall, down low to Levesque, all the way out to the far side. Atwell the shot, stopped by McBurney, played back out in front and shoveled out from Columbus. Halfway through the hat tricks power play, 1:20 into the second. 1-0 hat tricks as Tom Mealy skates through center into the offensive zone. Dipping wide to the right, and it is Atwell at the point, across for Gallagher, trying to evade a check from Underwood. He gets to Kuznetsov, but it's turned right back to center. Atwell has his hands full here with Graham, but he's able to work back and seal Graham off the puck. Columbus does get it in the hat-trick zone. Gallagher able to clean it up into the corner and turn behind for Kuznetsov. 30 seconds left on the power play for the hat tricks. Chipped up by Gallagher. It's turned over. Underwood up high in the hat-trick end, sealed off by Atwell, and Kuznetsov will skate out to center. On the left wing, across the line, tipping off to the right side, feeding down low to Steve Brown in the corner. Kuznetsov has it back, rimming it off a body in the corner. Brown gloves it down, and that's going to be a hand pass on the hat tricks with 9 seconds left on the power play, just over 2 into the second.
Yeah, Danbury getting a couple opportunities in the first half of that power play. Not so much in the second half there, but really just doing a good job of moving the puck around and trying to spread the Columbus killers out.
Faceoff will come to the neutral zone. Corey Anderson out with Jesso and Kuznetsov. This line played together a little bit earlier in the season, been split up of late, but together here at the end of the power play. No score, or rather 1-0 hat tricks. The hat tricks power play just ending, and Columbus able to dump into the hat trick zone. Hat tricks unable to score on the power play. Here's Jesso tipping to center. Schmidt stops it, and now Danbury carries out. Kuznetsov darts into the offensive zone, high slot, ripping the shot wide off of McBurney and behind the net. Jesso in the corner, looking out in front, and it's stopped by Riley. Hat tricks force the turnover right back. Down low, Anderson to Jesso in the corner. Wrapping around in the boards as Columbus comes away with it. Up the near wing, Ruiz intercepts and backs it down low. Daniluk pinches around the kick plate into the near corner. Levesque turning back toward the goal, but it's stopped by Columbus and taken out to center. Chipped into the hat-trick zone. French will backtrack for it. 16:40 to go in the second period. Danbury on top, courtesy of Johnny Ruiz late in the first. As the Hat-Tricks look to outlet here, French circles back in his own zone. Up the left side, Daniluk. Out to center, Doe chips up and out of play. 16:22 to go in the second, 1-0 Hat-Tricks. Last night, an outstanding night here in Danbury, inducting the inaugural class of the Ring of Honor. Just a packed house, and really, we're both somewhat new in town, and it was just awesome to see that environment in this building again.
It was. I've had nothing but good experiences so far since I've been here about a month and a half, and like you said, yesterday was such a fun atmosphere. Really, you could just feel the buzz and feel the positivity in the rink, and just a really fun game to be a part of.
It's an awesome night to honor those who have made the Hat-Tricks possible, and Hat-Tricks honored them with a victory on the ice. Here's Tom Mealy into the offensive zone at the slot, working his way all the way down low. McBurney chases out. Mealy trying to center it. It's blocked, and back to the point. Gallagher the shot through traffic. Ruiz with the tip in front, but McBurney makes the stop. 15:52 left in the second. Still 1-0 Hat-Tricks.
Yeah. Quite the defensive play by Petrantonio there, and really Tom Mealy had the goalie down and out and tried for the wraparound to the backdoor feed, and sometimes as a player you almost have to play goaltender a little bit.
I'm sure you've been there a few times.
Absolutely.
Whatever it takes, right? Here's
right.
Brown at the point. The blast kicked away by McBurney. Second chance from Anderson, steered toward goal, blocked again and cleared by Columbus. Steve Brown retreats to his own end. McDonald feeds right back to his D partner, and White Duck will carry out. His chip pass intercepted by Columbus. Grant Menace takes a huge hit from McDonald at center, and Columbus will take it right back in. That is onside and played into the far boards. Brown stopped there on the clear attempt, glove down in front of another big hit by McDonald, steered in on goal. Wilson makes the stop. It's in the corner. A delayed call coming up as the shot is stopped by Wilson. Looked like maybe it stung him a little bit as a hat-trick was down on the side of the net. And looks like Wilson's strap came loose there on the save. 15:08 to go in the second, 1-0 in our first extracurriculars of the night.
Yeah, McDonald starting that ball rolling with a couple really big hits. Something that, especially the last couple, 3, 4, 5 games, he's been a lot more physical. It's great to see. It's another aspect to his game that he's really starting to round out really well. And, of course, that attracts the attention of the opposite team. So it's nice to see the game get a little more physical here, and Columbus getting a little bit too far with it and taking a penalty.
Yeah, Oklin headed off to the box, so the Hat-Tricks now have their second power play in 5 minutes here in the second period. Ruiz will take it to look to extend the Hat-Tricks lead. Far circle, it's won by Danbury, played to the point. Atwell across to Gallagher, feeds Ruiz at the circle, near side, down low to Levesque. Up high and now in the slot. Mealy back to Levesque, rips it, blocked in front, has the rebound back in the slot. The shot stopped by McBurney and shoveled out by Columbus. Past the 5-minute mark here into the second period, 30 seconds into a power play for the Hat-Tricks. 1-0 Danbury on top. Doe in the Hat-Tricks end, short-handed, stopped by 3 Danbury players, and the Hat-Tricks get out to center, but Columbus takes it right back over. Carter in his own zone will fire it all the way down. Lofted into the Hat-Trick zone. Behind the net, Wilson will set it up for Gallagher. On the right side, Ruiz through center ice. Up the left side for Atwell into the offensive end. Chips to the far corner. Chasing there is Levesque. Has it in the corner. Tom Mealy coming to help. Works the puck back to the point. Gallagher across the line. Atwell the touch pass far side. Tipped away by Columbus. And they have numbers the other way. Riley into the offensive zone. Short-handed at the circle. The shot. And it's off the post. They say no goal. Columbus thinks it's in. And the play is still going. Ruiz into the offensive zone. 3-on-1. And it's McBurney who just dumps the net off. I've seen that play once before to prevent a breakaway. They're going to talk about it. This might end up, John, being a delay of game on Columbus.
I can't help but just laugh and be entertained by that type of move. You don't see it all that often where a goaltender just intentionally throws the net off the moorings. And yeah, like you said, I guess we'll find out here whether it's going to be a goal on one end or maybe a penalty on the other. That was quite the play. I will say this, the sound that the puck made when it did hit Danbury's net sounded like, it didn't sound like a post in the classic sense. It did sort of sound like the back of the net.
It did bounce out quickly.
Right. It sort of bounced out, yeah, almost as if it hit a post. I'm not sure if the refs have access to a replay, or looks like they called it a goal.
They might be.
Yeah, really a unique play. Like you said, it was a breakaway on the one end, and Columbus thought they scored. All four of their players went to the bench to celebrate, and the Columbus bench was yelling at them to get back in the play because it was a 3-on-1 the other way.
You said it earlier. You never know what you're going to see in a hockey game.
That's right.
Still sorting this out. It looked to us like they gave Columbus the goal, and they celebrated.
The ref did indicate that it was a goal after talking with the rest of the officials. He did indicate that it was a goal. Looks like he's going to go over and chat with Coach McIsaac here, explain to him just what's going on. Be great to have a microphone there to maybe explain to the rest of us what's going on, but
we do our best up here. We don't know what's going on. Dave McIsaac does not look thrilled with the call. They're also going to have to figure out the time, too, because
that's right.
I believe the clock kept going. The Hat-Tricks still have a power play here, so they're not going to want to be shortchanged on the clock. And they did just put time back. So they put, I believe it was about 15 seconds back on the clock.
Yeah.
Maybe a little less than that. And they're going to count the goal here, so Riley. This feels like so long ago. I think it was Riley who took the shot.
I think you're right. I think it's. I think you're right. I think it was Jack Riley. But a lot of folks still up in arms.
Hat-Trick bench is not happy with the call.
Yeah. A lot of confusion here. Looks like Danbury's going to make a last-minute change as well to try and line match. But ultimately, looks like cooler heads will prevail, and the Danbury Hat-Tricks will continue with their power play here.
So it's tied at 1 here, like you say. Have to try and just regroup on the power play here, right to left. Fans serenading the officials tonight. Here's Kuznetsov in the corner, trying to work free. Jesso unable to get the puck, and it's chipped out to center.
We'll see if Danbury can mentally sort of reset. Sometimes a play like that can throw your mental toughness a little bit, and looks like Anderson's ready to go.
He takes the backhand. That was almost a beautiful goal for Corey Anderson. It was just kicked away by the right skate of McBurney. Columbus getting Schmidt out of the box, rather Ozelinch in the box, and he'll step out. Columbus kills the penalty. Anderson with the try on the side of the net, stopped again by McBurney. Jesso has it back on the far point and will turn it down low. Knuckling puck into the corner. White drops back ahead for Ozelinch. Turned over. Ruiz winding and blasting the shot. Stopped by McBurney, and Grant Mentis will skate to center. Deep into the Hat-Tricks end now. Over the 7-minute mark into this second period, even at 1. Hat-Tricks behind their own net. Atwell will chip it up the boards and has Jesso in center. Gets the red line, dumps into the far corner, banking it to Ruiz behind the net. Coming out to the slot, Ruiz, but nobody there for the Hat-Tricks, and Underwood takes over. Churning his way out of his own zone, up the right wing, through center ice, dumps in on goal, gloved by Wilson, and he'll cover it up. 12:10 to go in the second. 1-1 the score, and we will step aside here from Danbury.
Coca-Cola is the official beverage of the Danbury Hat-Tricks. Our Coke will make you smile.
Hat-Tricks in their own zone. Here with a face-off to the left of Brian Wilson. It's won by Ruiz. Atwell will take over. 12 minutes left in the second, tied at 1. And the Hat-Tricks look to bank out to center. Unable to. Carter stripped by the Hat-Tricks, and the outlet to Nick Levesque on the right wing. Into the offensive zone, chips by and on McBurney, who will cover up. Now with 11:50 left in the second, 1-1.
Like I mentioned earlier, each team doing a pretty good job with their forecheck. Each team just really sort of locking it down and creating things and forcing the offensive team on their forecheck.
Offensive zone draw here for the Hat-Tricks. Anderson unable to win it. Tal Finberg looked to be hit up high, but Hat-Tricks don't get the call. Columbus takes over and chips to center. At center, touch to Anderson, trying to work through 3 Dragons, but unable to get by, and it is Finberg who retreats for the puck in his own end. The outlet tipped into the offensive zone. White Duck in the corner, barrels in, looking to force the turnover. Petrantonio chips it high in the air, out to center. It's rolling on edge into the Hat-Tricks end. No icing called. Brown pins up against the boards and is taken down by Bersani. It goes around behind the net. Back out from Krupp to Ozelinch. The shot just wide of the net. Brown finds the rebound, chips it high off the glass and all the way down. Icing will be called here as White Duck just a step behind, and with 11 to go in the second, faceoff will come back down in the Hat-Tricks end.
Close one there. Just the ref, the linesman rather, opting to err on the side of caution and doesn't want to see what could be a possible ugly collision down at the end boards.
Hat-Tricks win the draw. Far side, the shot tipped out to the point by White, and he'll serve it down low behind. Brown up the boards. It hops over Ozelinch, and Hat-Tricks look to barrel to center. Unable to get the puck was Finberg. Krupp speeding into the Hat-Tricks end, drops it off to the right side. Dalton Anderson the shot, and he scores. Hat-Tricks, for the first time in this 3-game series, trail. It's 2-1 Columbus with 10:35 to go in the second. It's Anderson on the board for the River Dragons.
Yeah, we talked about earlier about what we like to call gapping up in hockey, and Hat-Tricks D not doing as good of a job on that one, not as sharp, and really the River Dragons capitalized off of that. It was kind of a neutral zone regroup, and the Hat-Tricks D were sort of caught deep in their zone, and ultimately the River Dragons were able to come in with speed and have a really quality shot on Wilson.
Kind of seemed like the Hat-Tricks got almost outnumbered on a play that they really didn't have many guys forward, but still right back into the zone. Krupp made a pass off to the wing, and Columbus takes the lead. They have the puck right back through center. Vanelli up the far side all the way around the boards. On the near corner, Graham takes it off the wall. Jackson strips him, and Gesso will turn out to center, getting the legs across the line and jumping down into the bottom of the zone behind the net. He wipes out in the corner and still gets the puck back down low for Jackson. Turning around behind the net, unable to keep control, and Vanelli will skate it out. Chipping high off the glass, batted down at center. Jackson leaves go for Columbus to take over. Would have been a hand pass if Jackson played the puck. So Atwell has it back in his own end now. Outlet ahead. Ruiz past his stick, and the Hat-Tricks take over at center. Ruiz stopped. Kuznetsov off to the left wing. Mealy into the zone at the circle. The shot is tipped up and out of play as Mealy with a chance there, but unable to get the shot in on goal. 9:24 left in the second. Columbus has its first lead of the series. The Hat-Tricks look to come back here when we come back.
For a comfortable stay with great amenities, the only choice is the La Quinta by Wyndham in Danbury. As for the Hat-Tricks friends and family rate, you can't beat it. La Quinta.
Great hospitality over at La Quinta.
Wonderful. Can't say a bad word about it. Been living there for about 6 weeks now, I believe, and like I said, can't say a bad word about it. Really wonderful staff. It's a really a unique experience. I've never spent that much time in a hotel, but it's really not a bad thing having someone come clean up after you every Monday.
Yeah, I can't imagine. I have to clean my apartment all by myself. So, Hat-Tricks the shot in on goal there, stopped by McBurney, and breakfast every morning ready for you.
It's a wonderful place, really. The more you think about it, it's we got laundry machines on the first floor. It's got everything.
Congratulations.
Hat-Tricks back in the neutral zone. 9:10 to go in the second period. 2-1 Columbus. Hat-Tricks tipped to center, and Mealy skates into the offensive zone, sealed along the glass and chipped right back out. Brown settles a bouncing puck and rips one into the offensive end behind. Grade there for Columbus. Petrantonio now through center ice. Up the right wing, gains the red line, and flutters into the Hat-Tricks end. Wide of Wilson. He struggles with it at first, plays it up the boards, and Mealy will take over for Danbury. Cutting out in front of his own net, almost lost control, but able to feed it all the way through center. Levesque chasing into the offensive zone, has it behind the net, and over skates behind for Ozelinch to take over for Columbus. 8.5 to go in the second, as Daniluk was going for the hit, but the puck came right to his stick. Here's Finberg through center, leaving off for Anderson. It was behind his stick, and Hat-Tricks will shovel it right back toward Columbus ice. White turning around there, out to center, and they are into the Hat-Tricks end. Shot just wide of the net. That looked like it gave Wilson some trouble. It was going wide, but still just maybe a late reaction there on the bounce. Not wanting to take any risks with the awkward bounce there.
Yeah, you had to be sharp there. That was it's kind of a goalie's worst nightmare sometimes, those flutter pucks that land 5-10 feet in front of them, and you never know where they can go.
Able to make the stop. The Hat-Tricks will take the face-off and win it. Trying to clear, glove down, and a hand pass called here against Columbus. Under 8 to go in the second, 2-1 Columbus.
Yeah, one thing I've noticed just in the last few minutes here, both teams recognizing that I think both their forechecks are pretty strong, and really just trying to put pucks behind each other's defense and really just go to work and rely on that forecheck. It's been definitely been a big theme of the game so far.
Sure, some heavy legs out there too at the end of a 3-and-3.
Absolutely.
Try to keep it simple on both sides. Graham into the corner. Anderson able to take it off the wall. The Hat-Tricks move to center. up the right wing, off the glass. It takes a bounce right back to Anderson. He has it back into the corner, trying to work his way out in front. The pass is intercepted and cleared. Graham up the right side, tipped out and gloved down by Carter. He'll dump in down low. Finberg has it along the circle, chips high in the air to center. Jesso looking to settle, will tip it, and into the zone is White Duck. Dropping back for Jesso, looking to see if he has any other options. Will turn back and play it to the point. Gallagher all the way down behind the net. Banks into the near corner. Around up the ice. Atwell feeds Jesso in the slot. Jesso working down low out in front. White Duck, and it's just wide of the net. Right through the blue paint. White Duck just couldn't catch up to that pass and get a really good piece of stick on it. And the Hat-Tricks will turn back and change lines here. Under 7 to play in the second. 2-1. Columbus on top. The River Dragons' first lead of this 3-game series. Hat-Tricks took the first game 4-1 as Columbus ices it in the second game 4-2. Here we are late in the second.
Yeah, just like you said, there's definitely some heavier legs on the third game of a 3-3, and just with that, puck possession becomes all that more important. Really, it's if you can control the puck, especially in the offensive zone, you've got the defenders chasing you and really tiring themselves out, and becomes a big factor in the game.
Hat-Tricks win an offensive zone draw here. Kuznetsov turns and rips one. It's blocked and cleared to center. That also goes to the depth you talk about with the Hat-Tricks team, having to roll all the lines here tonight and the back end of this 3-game series. And Columbus not too shabby on their own side with their depth. They have a bunch of different guys who can hurt you, and Hat-Tricks have held them at bay in this series so far and need to try and keep that going. Out in front, the backhand try. There's one of them, Doe, who is stopped by Wilson, and the net comes off. Doe, second leading scorer on the team, and don't really want to leave him wide open in front like that.
No, absolutely not. No, it's definitely a dangerous player, and Hat-Tricks looking to sharpen up a little bit here. And just like you were saying about the depth there earlier, it's definitely an advantage being at home and having a pool of guys to choose from too, to sub in and sub out to keep really your lineup fresh. And it's more difficult just being the opposing team only coming with maybe 16, 17 skaters and having almost a disadvantage in that sense.
Jesso upended, and he'll stay down on the ice. His helmet came off. And there was no penalty on that play.
Almost looked like they just sort of got tangled up, and not sure if a foul was committed on the play.
And Jesso will get up and skate off the ice. Looks like he'll be all right. 5:54 left in the second. 2-1, Columbus on top. See where they bring this face off. It looks like it'll be the neutral zone. There's another look at the last play. Jesso getting ripped down. He'll skate off. Seems to be okay on the Hat-Tricks bench. Right back into the offensive zone. Then Danbury won the face-off, and Tom Mealy has it behind the net, looking out in front, and Levesque was streaking in, but it was taken back by Columbus. Right back into the Hat-Tricks offensive zone. Columbus able to take over. Bersani to the Hat-Tricks line, tipped forward by Danbury, and Petrantonio intercepts. To the slot, his shot, and Wilson saw it all the way, able to make the stop with his glove with 5:24 left and a 2-1 Columbus lead.
Yeah, a couple just sort of flybys there in the neutral zone. Couple turnovers just leads to Petrantonio with the quality shot on net. Wilson with no mistake.
Ruiz in the top line out, but Columbus wins the draw in the Danbury end. Turned back down behind the net. Atwell looking to outlet up the boards. White intercepts down low. Tom Mealy strips him along the near boards. Looking behind for Atwell. Hat-Trick struggling to get out of their zone here, but now they do, and they might have an opportunity here. Nick Levesque across the offensive line to the right circle, cutting down in front of the net, and the shot is flubbed to the side. Atwell taking the wraparound just wide of the post on the far side on the backhand from Atwell, and it comes out to the point. Gallagher skating down to the circle, looking for Tom Mealy down behind the net. Into the corner, Mealy with the puck in his skates, works it back to the point. Gallagher, the wind, the drive, and it's stopped by McBurney. 4:40 to go in the second, 2-1. Hat-Tricks trailing the River Dragons.
Back here in the second period. Been a bit of a back and forth second period here. Like I said, each team really just relied on their forecheck. Both teams just really trying to keep things simple. As obviously we mentioned before, the third game in 3 nights can be a bit of a grind, and we're seeing that here. But Columbus is definitely not going away without a fight. Like I said earlier, they traveled all this way. It's especially in the third game after you lose the first 2. It's a point of pride to get on the board and try and collect the 3 points.
Hat-trick shot tipped out to center. Josh Starr, John Stephenson here with you. Happy to have John on the broadcast tonight here up in the booth. Different vantage point for him, but we're glad to have him with us. Hat-tricks into the offensive zone, down low behind the net. It's tipped up and out to center, where Steve Brown chips right back in. Just about 4 minutes to play in the second. Hat-tricks trying to come from behind for the first time this weekend. Vanelli into the offensive zone, and Grant Menace beat him in with exactly 4 to go in the second.
Yeah, I just wanted to quickly touch on the city of Danbury and my experience so far. I got here about January 10th, and it's really been nothing but positivity so far. It's the group we have in the locker room is absolutely fantastic. One of the most special groups I've been a part of, and really just definitely one of the biggest reasons we've had the success we have so far this season.
Hat-tricks have been, just the second year here for Danbury, but been toward the top of the league. Their first year won the East Division, and now second place, ready to make a playoff push here.
Yeah, it's definitely a special place, and we've got such great support. We're definitely looking to reward the fans in that sense. It's like I said, it's been such a great experience so far, and not only do we have a fantastic room, but just really the support that we have throughout the organization, from the arena staff to the broadcasting staff to the volunteers to the penalty box workers. It's really a whole operation, and it just goes along with the old cliche of it really takes a team and to do something special.
Gesso upended in the corner there, and a shot in front, and they score. It was tipped by Wilson, and he just couldn't find the rebound. And Columbus takes a 3-1 lead here, 3:23 to go in the second period.
Yeah, Danbury not quite as sharp on their breakout as they would have wanted to be there. Gesso puts the puck up the boards, gets upended, and really Columbus defenseman just makes a quick and smart play to throw the puck on net and sort of catch some folks in front off guard, and the puck was sort of just sitting there really, and the rebound just got banged away.
Hat-tricks now have to come from behind by 2, and they'll look to start things up here. They had a late goal in the first period, try to get something similar going here in the second and work within 1. They force the turnover at center. Gesso into the offensive zone, wide left, a shot in on McBurney. He'll glove it and hold on with 3 minutes to go.
Yeah, like I said, Columbus is not going to go away without a fight. It's teams that win are definitely not immune to losing, that's for sure. But sometimes when when you win a few in a row, your confidence can get very high, and sometimes you can start to get away from things that made you successful in the first place. So I think the Hat-Tricks just have to get back to doing what made them successful in the first couple games.
Anderson able to wave off the icing here as he jumps into the Hat-Tricks end. The shot tipped into the corner, and Krupp will take it off the end board. Dancing to the slot, the rebound, Riley backhand shrugged out by Wilson and into the corner. Riley has it right back to the point. White blasts one, gloved by Wilson with 2:29 left in the second. 3-1 Columbus, and this Columbus team, John, is among the most stingy in the league. The second fewest goals allowed, just Watertown ahead of Columbus, and the Hat-Tricks now have to come back from 2 down here with just 22 and a half minutes left.
Yeah, they're a cagey team. It's like I said, they definitely want this 3 points, and they look like they got quite a bit of energy now. They've got the Hat-Tricks reeling a little bit, and once you can create that momentum in a game, it's really, really a dangerous thing.
Hat-Tricks will look to try and get out of their own zone and start some kind of comeback here. It's White across to Oklin, and it's blocked by Aslan. He'll try to work the center. He does chip it ahead. White Duck at center into the offensive zone, cuts back and looks for a passing lane. It's turned down low. Anderson tips to Aslan in the corner. All the way around. McDonald along the near side, tips in front. Hat-Tricks find it in the high slot. White Duck charging ahead into the corner. Aslan has it behind the net. Working his way to the circle, out to Anderson. It was behind him, and now it's 2-on-1 for Columbus. Graham with Grant Menace. Graham at the right side, looking all the way down, and Brown able to seal him off. The Hat-Tricks clear ahead. Jackson through center, right to left. Into the offensive zone, trying to sneak by, and he does get into the corner. Working around behind, and now cuts back, looking out to the slot. Gesso was streaking in, lost the puck, and now has it right back off the wall. Gesso dancing to the slot, the backhand save, the rebound try, and McBurney has it at the side of the net. All the way wrap around, they score, no, they wave it off. I think the net may have been off before that puck crossed the line.
Yeah, whistle had definitely gone. Coach McIsaac making a great call there, putting out Anderson with Aslan and White Duck after the River Dragons had a really good offensive zone shift, and those three created a lot of energy for the Hat-Tricks. Had some offensive zone time, and really the momentum looks like it swung back in the Hat-Tricks' favor, at least for the time being.
I think head coach Jerome Bichard for Columbus feels the same way there. He's taking his time out, maybe trying to regroup his side here with 1:12 left in the second. 3-1 Columbus, and the Hat-Tricks, how big would it be to get one here before the period ends?
Absolutely, it's something actually as a team that we talk about all the time. It's an objective that we strive to turn in our favor, and that's the the first minute and the last minute of each period. It's talking about momentum. Those 2 times in the period are absolutely massive momentum changers. If you can score in the last minute or the first minute of a period, it creates such a spark for your team. On the other hand, if you do get scored on, it can be such a draining thing for your team. So it's definitely a big face-off here, and we'll see if the Hat-Tricks, well, they'll put out their top line here with Levesque, Johnny, and Tom, and obviously a big face-off, and we'll see if they can create some momentum going into the third.
There's 1:12 left, almost to that last minute. Here, Hat-Tricks down 2. Ruiz on the far circle, offensive zone to take the face-off, and is able to win it to himself in the slot, down low behind the net. Levesque tied up, and Columbus will chip it all the way out. Kicked down by Atwell, and a bouncing puck by the Hat-Tricks turned ahead. Mealy will take into the offensive end. to the left circle, all the way into the slot, looking for Ruiz. It's tipped wide. Ruiz has it back off the wall. The shot! It's blocked by McBurney. Ruiz rebound back out in front, tipped by Mealy. It's off the left leg of McBurney and behind the net. Atwell charges across to keep it in at the point. Gallagher serves down low in front, tipped wide. 35 to go in the period. Ruiz can't get the puck in the slot. Levesque gets to the point. Gallagher, the shot blocked by Underwood, and Petrantonio will skate out for Columbus. 30 seconds left in the period. 3-1 Columbus here in the second. Ruiz gloves it down and carries out, looking ahead for Levesque. Turning to the left side. Anderson couldn't catch up to that puck with 10 seconds left. Carter at his own blue line, stopped, and Doe will take over into the hat-trick's end. Petrantonio, 5 seconds left, rips it, kicked away by Wilson, and now they score! The referee on the far side pointing that the puck went in the net. Wilson didn't seem like he thought it was. The net may have been off. And they are calling this a goal for Columbus with 1.4 seconds left in the period.
Yeah, it looks like the net was off there. I believe, and correct me if I'm wrong here, but I believe the rule is you know, if the puck was going to go anyways, regardless of if the post was on or not, they still have the ability to call it a goal. But just like we talked about, it's a bit of a, it's not a bit of a, it's a big momentum swing, having a goal go in with 1.5 seconds left in the period. And we'll see if that carries over into the third. Jesso looks like he's got some choice words for some of the River Dragons here.
Just saw a replay there. See if we can get it again here on that last goal. Coming up here, the Hat-Tricks will head to the third. Down by 3. It's hard to tell from that angle, but I did see the puck go in. The question is whether or not the post was off or not.
Right. I obviously it looks like one of the linesmen or the refs was right near the goal line there, so looked like he might have had a good vantage point. But Wilson just having a friendly discussion with the refs right now about probably just clarifying some of the rules and hopefully try to learn from it for next time.
So the Hat-Tricks head to the third, down by 3, and we will come back with that final period. Hat-Tricks looking for a comeback here in the third tonight, down 4-1 after 40 minutes. Set for the third period here in Danbury. Columbus ahead 4-1 after 40 minutes. Josh Starr with you alongside John Stephenson, and it is an uphill climb here for the Hat-Tricks in the third.
Yeah, definitely. Just to touch on the last kind of minute and a half, just as we referenced, it was, the first and the last minute of each period is obviously big for momentum, and the Hat-Tricks actually gaining a couple really good quality chances on the River Dragons, and that actually really started with a couple really great plays by the D-core. The pairing that was out there was Atwell and Gallagher, and Atwell especially making a couple really quality plays at the red line to keep the puck in, to turn it over and give it to his forwards to create a couple really great grade A scoring chances. And obviously the Hat-Tricks not able to capitalize, and the River Dragons, all it takes is a quick transition, and they did that, and they came in with speed on Wilson and made the Hat-Tricks pay.
It was just 1.2 seconds left for Josh Petrantonio to get that goal, and now Columbus on top as the third period starts. 4-1, River Dragons. Hat-Tricks in their own end, 10 seconds in to the third. Steve Brown will stand behind his own cage and look to outlet ahead. It's flagged down by Riley, and Krupp will play it in deep. Off the glove of Wilson behind the Hat-Tricks net, tipped up, and Mealy will look to carry up the boards. Sky it out to center, and Riley will take right back over. Right to left into the Hat-Tricks end. Hat-Tricks able to take the puck right back. Ahead for Tom Mealy, who shovels in, and the Hat-Tricks changing. 45 seconds into the third, 4-1 Columbus. Hat-Tricks out shooting the Dragons 22-21, but unable to solve Bailey McBurney tonight as that puck tips out of play 54 seconds into the third.
Yeah, neither team really gaining too many quality chances right off the bat here. Bit of a chess match, just going back and forth. But Danbury definitely looking to get one in the first 5 minutes to really change the complexion of the game. A 4-2 game is obviously different, quite a bit different just in the way you approach the game.
Hat-Tricks just got to get the first one before you can get the second and third one to come back.
That's
so
right.
They're into the offensive zone, looking to get that first goal. White Duck and Jackson looking to get the puck free. Cannot. It is taken out at center. Anderson dumps into the offensive end. A minute 20 into the third. And Jackson comes away with the puck down low in the corner. Sneaking behind the net, working it to the side, wrap around, and it's covered on the side of the net by McBurney. Good job there by Jackson behind the net. 90 seconds into the third. Hat-Tricks still trailing by 3.
It's kind of a battle of wills there. Jackson, like I said, it's a player that does a lot of small things right and really using all his strength against the Columbus defender there to put a puck on net and try and create something here.
At center, Hat-Tricks unable to take the face off, but they'll dump it right back in. Nolan overskates, rather Carter, in the corner, able to take out to center with Vanelli. Tipped by Gesso, and he'll swat it into the offensive end. Darting down is Carter in his own end to take it and steer up the boards for Grant Mentis. Filters through center, and Graham will trek into the Hat-Trick zone. On the left side, Underwood, we're twirling around behind, and it's Gesso in the corner who will take it out to center. Finberg all the way across to Kuznetsov in the offensive zone. Falls down, but Finberg able to grab the puck for the Hat-Tricks. Taking his way down into the corner. And Gesso drops behind the net. Columbus takes it over from him there, and the Dragons will skate to center. 2.5 into this third period, 4-1 Columbus. Both teams changing lines, and now we're going to have a fight at center. Gallagher and Grant Mentis. Grant Mentis throwing a couple rights. Now he gets the left free, and Gallagher has his right arm free, throwing haymakers, and now they'll tangle up. Gallagher gets some room again, throws one more uppercut, and they go down. That was one of the better fights we've seen this year. Gallagher getting his bench fired up. He's animated. I haven't seen that from him before. He's off to the penalty box, and hopefully maybe the Hat-Tricks get some momentum from it.
Yeah, Galli's definitely a bit more of a subdued, just very easy-going, generally more of a quieter guy, but love to see the energy there. That was actually, I believe Grant Mentis more or less challenged Gallagher, and Gallagher didn't really hesitate to drop him there, as, like you said, he's trying to create some momentum for his team and energize them, and looks like it might have here. The Hat-Tricks bench was fired up. Levesque giving him a big old high five on the way to the box, and we'll see what comes of it here, but really just a quality tilt.
It will just be the fighting major, so no extra penalties involved, and the Hat-Tricks will try to get some momentum from it. Ruiz wins the face-off forward, and the top line looks to get into the offensive zone, but it's taken right back by Riley and shoveled into the Hat-Tricks end. Time behind the net, it's Brown looking to grab possession of the puck along the near side. Turned right back to the far wing. McDonald chasing after it. Lays a hit, and the Hat-Tricks scoop out to center. Nolan at the red line, right back in, and McDonald will take it over. Tipped all the way through, and icing waved off. McBurney thought it was going to be called, but the Hat-Tricks get it right back at center and chip in. Anderson trying to force a turnover on the forecheck. It is Columbus out to center, tipping into the Hat-Tricks end. 3.5 into the third, a 3-goal lead for Columbus. Jackson along the near boards, banks forward and tipped out. 2-on-1 for the Hat-Tricks. Anderson and White Duck. Anderson into the zone. White Duck on the circle. The shot kicked away by McBurney, and Columbus finds the rebound. Out is Petrantonio to center, and the Hat-Tricks take possession right back there. Jackson tipping into the offensive zone, scooped out by the Dragons, and Atwell settles. In the neutral zone, Daniluk chips in. It's tipped by and right in on McBurney. 4 minutes into the third, 4-1 Hat-Tricks, and a good chance there on the 2-on-1 for Danbury.
Yeah, absolutely. And like I said, I like to go back and really see where the play starts. And it actually started, not to pump this guy's tires too much, but I seem to be referencing him all night. The play started with Jackson and really just taking a hit to make a play on the breakout. And he was the one that sprung White Duck and Anderson on the 2-on-1. And White Duck looking for what we call a pop or a puck-off pad. Usually creates a really sharp rebound, and Hat-Tricks weren't quite able to capitalize on it, but they are here.
There's Kuzi, and he scores. The Hat-Tricks are within 2 now. You talk about puck on pad. I think that's what he was going for there, and it just snuck its way inside the post. Dmitry Kuznetsov gets his 26th of the year. The Hat-Tricks within 2, and with 16 minutes left, this is a game now.
Yeah, I think you're right. It was you don't see it often. It was a backhand from the point on net, and I think it sort of fooled McBurney. I don't know if he was quite expecting an ice burner from the point from Kuznetsov, but sometimes a really well-placed puck is all you need.
The Hat-Tricks within 2. The shot from Graham tipped off Wilson and out of play. 4:20 into this third. It's 4-2 Columbus. So you have the fight from Gallagher. Right after that, they followed up with a goal, and that's a good way to get some momentum going.
Absolutely, yeah, you said it. It's fighting in the game. It's a really, really unique thing to hockey, and it creates so much energy, and it can really work against you or for you. And in this case, it's worked for the Hat-Tricks.
They'll turn it up the boards, and they might have numbers again. Kuznetsov looking out for Jetso, who was streaking in, but it was blocked off by Vanelli. Columbus will take over, and Carter outlets the tip into the Hat-Trick zone. Glove down by McDonald, serving forward, and it's out of the reach of Kuznetsov. Dragons right back on it. Schmidt rims it around the boards into the near corner. McDonald off to the near boards. Kuznetsov will charge up the center. It's taken by Nolan and right back into the Hat-Trick zone. hit in front of the Hat-Tricks bench. Finberg and Jesso get the assist. Puck deep into the Columbus end. Levesque pins it as he pinches in, and it goes behind the net for Columbus to take right back. Puck outletted to center and deep into the Hat-Trick zone. Asselin will play it behind his own cage. The outlet ahead, tipped forward with Johnny Ruiz, carries into the offensive zone, looking for Levesque through the point, but it was intercepted. Fans are getting going here in Danbury Arena. The Hat-Tricks within 2 and looking for the third. Here's Anderson, the tip just wide of the net, and the whistle blows. The net, I believe, came off there. 14-11 to go in the third. 4-2 Columbus on top, and we'll be right back. Inside Danbury Arena, Josh Starr, John Stephenson. 14-11 to go in regulation. Hat-Tricks down 2, but just getting a goal after the Gallagher fight. And we're talking about it in the break a little bit. For the Hat-Tricks, it's great. You get the momentum. But for Columbus, Grant Mentis, really kind of questionable trying to start things up like that.
Yeah, he was definitely the one that initiated after Gallagher had finished a check, a clean check, if I might add, on one of his teammates. And that's the thing. Sometimes the hockey IQ would say, don't challenge a player if you're up 3, right? Everything's going your way, and you've really got the momentum in the game. You don't want to really risk it by possibly losing a fight like that. And obviously, I think Gallagher may have got the best of him on that fight. It was a good tilt back and forth, but the energy really went to the Hat-Tricks on that play, and Gallagher with a big spark for the Hat-Tricks.
Danbury's capitalized on the momentum with the goal. Now spending some time in the offensive zone in the last few minutes since the goal. Daniluk from the point. The shot gloved by McBurney. 13:52 to go in regulation. Hat-Tricks down 2, but another shot on goal there and some good work along the boards.
Yeah, absolutely. You can start to see the Hat-Tricks are starting to feel it a little bit. The momentum's starting to turn in their favor. You can just see the energy in their bodies, and looks like they'll look to pull it within 1 here.
Anderson taking the draw. It comes to the point. McDonald able to keep it alive on the right point. Wings it around all the way to the far side, but Petrantonio there can't clear. Brown walks in, looks to shoot. It goes all the way through into the corner. Jackson has it along the boards, feeds down low for Anderson, working back up high. Anderson has it on his blade, back down to the circle. Jackson skating to the slot, still battling a bouncing puck, and it goes all the way to the far boards. Back to the point, Brown, the shot wide of the net. McDonald has it along the near side, back in front. White Duck tips it wide behind. He'll have it there. Jackson and White Duck go to work along the boards. This duo has been ferocious tonight along the boards and winning battles, and unable to do so there, but the Hat-Tricks still keep control at center. 7 minutes into the third, 4-2 Columbus. Jesso in the offensive zone behind the net, looking to cut out in front. It hops in the air and played up high. Kuznetsov swatting at it, and it's blocked by Doe. In the corner, Finberg chases, and Columbus comes away with it up to the point. Atwell keeps in and feeds down low for Jesso. Playing behind the net, Jesso coming away to the corner, but lost it from his stick, and Petrantonio shovels out. Icing waved off. 12.5 to go in the third. 4-2 Columbus. Atwell in his own end. Flips to the far side. Kuznetsov will turn back for it and cycle to center and into the offensive zone. Gets the right circle. The shot blocked, and it's turned right back by Columbus. Out to center. Atwell wiping out in the offensive zone. The Hat-Tricks have Jesso and Daniluk back to the circle. Graham out in front. The shot from Schmidt, and it's in. Columbus capitalizes with Atwell falling down in the offensive zone, and they were able to feed Schmidt in front. He's not typically a goal scorer, but he's in the right place for Columbus there, and is able to win the battle against Jesso, making it 5-2 Columbus.
Yeah, similar to the River Dragons' fourth goal, the Hat-Tricks with a good amount of sustained pressure, and really it was just Atwell blew a wheel in the O zone, and looks like the Hat-Tricks still had numbers on the back check, but just didn't do a good enough job picking up guys, and just lost the battle in front.
The first shot was stopped, and then the puck was loose, and Schmidt was able to find it first and basically had an open net to shoot at. Hat-Tricks back down by 3. Here's Ruiz into the offensive zone. His shot from behind blocked by Carter and played into the corner. Under 12 to play in the third. It's 5-2. Mealy has a stick knocked away and wants a call, doesn't get it. On the far side, tipped in front by Levesque, and it's saved by McBurney.
Just got to remember to keep playing here. I know late in the game, especially, it's the last 10 minutes of a 3-3, and got to just keep your composure.
Steve Brown looking to settle things down back in his own zone. Backs it behind the net for McDonald to take off the end boards. He lost control, but it's Tom Mealy at center to play it to Levesque, and he'll shovel in. Hat-Tricks changing. McBurney leaves it to the side for Gray. Captain Josh Petrantonio for Columbus into the Hat-Trick zone on the dump in. In the corner, Gallagher chases out of the box after the fight, and it's in the corner with Anderson digging away. Coming away, Doe is up to the point for Columbus. Feeding down low, Nolan, hard angle shot, and it is stopped by Wilson with 10:37 to go in the third.
Yeah, definitely one thing I noticed from the Hat-Tricks, especially the Hat-Tricks D in their D zone, is they've definitely been tougher and finishing their checks more. And really what that does is it disrupts the River Dragons' offensive zone pressure, and really it contributes to the breakout and ultimately going the other way.
Hat-Tricks win the face-off, and it's turned back down low by Columbus. Behind the Danbury net, Graham cycles back to the point. Nolan looks across the line, now feeds to the far circle. Grant Mentis has it, dances by Gallagher behind the net, working his way out in front, and Gallagher seals that off. The pass back down low to Graham. He'll carry up high. Nolan treks in from the point. The Hat-Tricks force the turnover. White Duck to center. Kicks it to his blade, but can't get in deep. Grant Mentis back into the Hat-Trick zone, drops for Graham. The shot blocked by Gallagher. Out in front, Gallagher steers to the far boards and out to center. Hat-Tricks will take it right back in their own zone. Halfway through the third period, 5-2. Columbus on top. Hat-Tricks in their own end here. Looking to sweep the 3-on-3, but 3-in-3 rather, but into the offensive zone. Here's the shot from Kuznetsov, gloved by McBurney. We'll step aside. The Hat-Tricks have some work to do to try and get that sweep in the final 9:37, down by 3. Josh Starr, John Stephenson here with the Hat-Tricks and the River Dragons late in this one, halfway through the third. Hat-Tricks have an offensive zone draw here.
Yeah, looks like Coach McIsaac was drawing something up for him. Face-off play, see if it works out here.
Was tipped just wide by Kuznetsov. Out in front, they tip it again just wide from Jesso on the far post. McBurney doesn't have his stick. Now he'll collect it, but it's White who's able to clear to center. The lob pass for Riley. Wilson able to come out of the net to play it. Tipped up and gloved down by Finberg. Right side, Kuznetsov right back toward the slot. 2 hat-tricks barrel in. French battles a bouncing puck and it hops by him. Columbus into the hat-trick's end, right to left. The shot from Riley, blockered high in the air by Wilson and turned back along the near board. Finberg will skate out to center. His backhand feed is blocked and turned right back to the hat-trick zone. Gesso in his own end skates up, left to right. Weaving his way to the left wing and dumps in. It hits a stanchion and bounces right back to Columbus. Into the hat-trick zone, 8.5 to play. Columbus up 3. Shot from the corner, tips out to Doe at the point. He'll carry down low. Pestered by Ruiz into the corner, and the puck is loose along the boards behind the net. Hat-tricks come away with it. Ruiz looking to start the rush up. The pass ahead, tipped out by Vanelli, and right back into the hat-trick's end. Doe all the way across. Petrantonio rips one just wide on the one-timer, and it is out to center. 8 minutes to play in regulation. Hat-tricks down 3. Wilson leaves it behind the net for Brown, who tips it to the corner where McDonald plays catch right back with Brown. A hit in the corner against McDonald, and they're going to call a penalty here on Columbus. So hat-tricks lost some of the momentum they got after they gave up the goal, but now they might have a chance here. Bersani looks to be going off for roughing, and the hat-tricks get a power play.
Yeah, it looks like, I'm not sure if maybe he got his elbow up there. I'm not sure of the call, but just sort of a penalty as a Columbus River Dragon. You definitely don't want to take. It's 200 feet from your own goal, and yeah, definitely gives the hat-tricks a chance to get back in here. And just like you said, when you're down by 3, it just you can't focus on the number 3. You just definitely have to take it one goal at a time, and the hat-tricks definitely looking to capitalize here probably before the 5-minute mark.
The Ferrer Electric power play. Here are the hat-tricks with Anderson to take the draw. In the corner, it's won by the hat-tricks. Gallagher plays back to the point. Gallagher down low on the power play here as Anderson works it around in the corner. Scooping behind, Gallagher chases after it. Wraparound try all the way through the blue paint and cleared by Columbus. Gallagher getting a look here at the net front on the power play for the hat-tricks. Not sure we've seen that here, at least at home yet this year. Here's Kuznetsov, the tip in front, and it goes right off the blocker of McBurney, cleared out. Hat-tricks back in their own zone here. Short-handed Petrantonio clears in front, and it's bobbled, but Wilson able to cover up. 1:22 left on the power play for the hat-tricks, down 3 here late in the third.
Yeah, as the old cliche goes, is a power play is an excuse to take a shift off as the team on the power play. You definitely have to keep outworking the other team. All it is just a one-man advantage, but if the PK is outworking you, it doesn't account for much. So
there might be another call coming here against Columbus. A hold looks to be the call against Petrantonio. The hat-tricks might go up 2 men here, and it looks
bit of a broken play, almost a 2-on-2, and Petrantonio gets tangled up with Atwell. Looks like he'll go off for, I believe, I don't know if you said a hold or not, but
the signal was a hold. This is a big chance here for the hat-tricks. 122 of a 2-man advantage, and how important is it to get a goal in that 122 so you still have a little bit of power play time left?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, you definitely want to capitalize as quickly as possible on it. Looks like the hat-tricks are calling for a timeout here. But, yeah, 5-on-3 is such a unique spot in our game where you really have so many options that it can almost become overwhelming at times, and you really have to be working together and continue to really just move the puck and not get too mesmerized by the fact that you have 2 more men than they do.
It's easy to maybe be a little bit too patient in those situations.
Exactly. You got to just remember that really what you're trying to do is create for each other, and And don't forget that that their team is trying to clear the puck just as much as you're trying to score it. But sometimes on a power play, away from the puck, players can maybe get a little bit mesmerized and aren't moving around as much. So we'll see if the Hat-Tricks can continue to set each other up and create plays.
They send Johnny Ruiz to take the draw. He wins it back. Gallagher at the point, 120 on a two-man advantage for the Hat-Tricks. Down by 3 with 7 minutes left in the game. Gallagher at the point, across to Tom Mealy on the right side, down low to Anderson. Behind the net, stopped by Columbus, but played back to the point. Gallagher able to keep in. Walks the line, center point, winds and fakes the shot. Now drops it for Tom Mealy. High slot, feeds down low. Anderson, the one-timer, just whiffed on it and it went into the corner. Anderson feeds back up high and it goes all the way out. 50 seconds left on the two-man advantage. Some good puck movement there for the Hat-Tricks, but unable to get the shot away. And Mealy will skate right back into the zone. On the left side, drops it back for Levesque. Across to the point, Gallagher. Down low, Anderson looks out. The one-timer from Ruiz, he healed it, but he has the rebound right back in the corner. Gallagher along the right circle, walks in. Down low to Anderson, tries to stuff it in, and it's kicked away, and the net comes off.
A pesky net.
22 seconds left on the 5-on-3. 1 minute on the minor to Petrantonio. So the Hat-Tricks have a minute left of the power play. Columbus will get one back in 22 seconds. Down 3, the Hat-Tricks have the big guns out on the ice right now, Ruiz, Levesque, and Anderson. Gallagher at the point as Ruiz won the draw. Across to Tom Mealy. He'll skate across, switching places with Gallagher at the point. Gallagher left side now, down low. Levesque all the way across, and Anderson had it go over his stick. Mealy back to the point. Gallagher blasts one, and it's stopped by McBurney. 4 seconds left on the 5-on-3 for the Hat-Tricks.
Yeah, look for the Hat-Tricks to try and get a quick shot here before it becomes a 5-on-4. They were doing a lot of more kind of perimeter passing on that power play, and they're probably going to look to play a little bit more of a funnel on this 5-on-4. And what I mean by that is just sort of funnel pucks more towards the net.
There was the quick shot from Kuznetsov, and right as Bersani gets out of the box, it's gloved by McBurney. So now 37 seconds left of a regular 5-on-4 power play.
Yeah, like I said, I think they're going to maybe look to send some traffic to the front and try and just bang away a dirty goal. And sometimes that can just be the cure for a little bit of lack of momentum.
Here's Kuznetsov on the left circle. Down low to Jackson out in front. The shot from Gesso tipped high and in the air. It popped to the side of the net. Hat-Tricks keep it in. Atwell at the point to the left circle. Kuznetsov. Atwell winding up at the point, and he takes the drive. It's blocked. The rebound in front. Second chance stopped by McBurney, and they clear it to the boards. Another chance for Atwell here. Fakes the shot and backs it to the point. It goes out to center. 5 seconds left on the power play, and the Hat-Tricks unable to take advantage as Petrantonio gets out of the box. Deep into the Columbus end with 5 minutes left in the third period. The Dragons up by 3. 5-2 over the Hat-Tricks. The puck all the way down to the Hat-Tricks end. Icing waved off. And Columbus can't get into the zone. 3-on-2 for the Hat-Tricks here. Kuznetsov high slot and tipped over his stick. He turns and fires one off a body. Gesso working the puck free, but unable to corral it. As Columbus comes right back into the Hat-Tricks end. Far side in the corner. Graham sealed off up the boards. Nolan able to keep it in for the Dragons. French crunches Underwood into the boards. Puck drops down low behind the Hat-Tricks net. Grant Mentis trying to take it off the wall. He does get out in front, but his pass is stopped away. Puck hops right back to Grant Mentis in the slot. Hat-Tricks find it, and Kuznetsov roofs the puck into the ceiling. 4:11 to go in the third. Kuznetsov maybe trying to blast one out all the way to the other end or something. We'll step aside here. 5-2 Columbus here in the third. 4 minutes, 11 seconds left in the third period. 5-2 Columbus on top here in the final game of this three-game series. The Hat-Tricks won the first two, look for the sweep tonight. Have 4 minutes and 11 seconds to mount a serious comeback here. Columbus in the Hat-Tricks end. Riley shot tipped wide, and Daniluk scoops up the boards. Shot tipped to the side of the net. Levesque able to scoop out to center, looking for Ruiz, who had fled the zone, but unable to get it. The puck to him in the Hat-Tricks end, under 4 to play. Tipped up the far boards. Mealy back to the slot, and it was Columbus intercepting, but Levesque forced the turnover. He'll shovel deep into the offensive zone. Ruiz out in front. Mealy the shot, and it goes high and wide. In the far boards, Ruiz takes it off the wall, and it's Krupp out to center, and he's in on a breakaway. Krupp in between the circles, Hat-Trick zone, and he's stopped by Wilson. Whistle blows as Wilson covers up. 3:22 left in the third. 5-2, Krupp trying that chip over the glove of Wilson, but able to make the stop.
That was a really composed play by Wilson. Just didn't bite on the player looking to go to the backhand, but stood his ground and kept his glove in good position and made a fantastic save.
Really challenged him too, got out of the paint pretty far.
Absolutely, yeah.
Faceoff will be in the Hat-Trick zone to the right of Wilson. Anderson will take against Bersani. It's won by the Hat-Tricks behind the net. Atwell starts up the ice, off the glass. Petrantonio settles and chips it right back toward the Hat-Trick zone. Glove down by White Duck. Chipped it forward and played out to center by Columbus. Gallagher skates into the neutral zone, stopped at the Columbus line, and Dragons carry into the Hat-Trick's end. Couple players fall down as Atwell comes away with the puck. 2:50 to go in the third period. Gallagher up the near side. White Duck will play across, and it is played right back in behind the Hat-Trick's net by the Dragons. 2.5 to play in the third. Hat-Trick's down 3. Columbus will chip it ahead. White Duck knocks it down there and skates into the offensive zone. Stop from behind, but able to kick it to his blade and feed down low for Jackson. It takes a bounce off the corner boards past Jackson, but Atwell able to find it. Back down low behind the net, and Columbus comes away with it. 2:15 to go. Out at center. Into the Hat-Trick zone. Finberg pinned against the boards, and French comes away with the puck up the near side. Kuznetsov fluttering ahead, a knuckling puck from Finberg. He passes forward, and it's intercepted by Columbus. Jesso circles back for it and tipped right back to him from French. Into the offensive zone. Jesso trying to work into the zone, but gets stuffed off the puck. Grant Mentis at center with 1:45 to go. He'll filter into the offensive end. Jesso able to win the puck in the corner. Flies the zone all the way out to Kuznetsov, who tips in, but can't control it on his stick. 90 seconds left. In regulation, 5-2, Columbus on top. 1:20 on the clock. Hat-Tricks into the offensive zone. It's taken by the River Dragons, cleared to center. Jesso gloves it down, can't control it. Krupp into the Hat-Tricks end as Riley now takes over. All the way back across right circle. Krupp blasts it, blocked by McDonald. That one stung him, and he'll make his way back toward the front of the net here as Columbus takes over behind the net. Krupp has it there, a minute left, and the shot off of Wilson's mask, tipped to the corner boards. Daniluk will play to Jesso, and the Hat-Tricks can get out to center. McDonald making his way toward the bench, but can't get off. It's turned right back in. Now he'll shuttle over to the bench. Hat-Tricks take over with 30 seconds left. 5-2 Columbus. And the Hat-Tricks play all the way down in on McBurney. He'll stop it and play it up to center ice. Taken by Bersani with 20 seconds left. Crunched against the Columbus bench, and the River Dragons will take it back into their own zone. Now out to center. Petrantonio chips into the Hat-Trick's end. Bersani will chase in behind with 5 seconds left. Doe just plays it back up high, and White will let the clock run out. And that'll do it here tonight. McBurney celebrating in front of the Hat-Tricks fans. And Columbus wins the third game of this series, 5-2. Hat-Tricks able to take 2 of 3, though, and against the third-place team in the league. These two teams in Watertown really seem to be the cream of the crop this year in the league, and it's hard to lose the final game of the series, but overall, 2 out of 3, I think the Hat-Tricks would take that.
Yeah, absolutely. It's, you never want to leave on a bad note like this, but you know what? Sometimes, like I said earlier in the broadcast, sometimes when you win a certain amount of games in a row, you can start to get maybe a little bit overconfident, and ultimately you learn more from the losses. As a team, you can take the lessons in a game like this and really reflect on it and learn from it and really grow from it, and really just work towards growing as a team to ultimately try to achieve the ultimate prize here. And that's what we'll do as a team is really just take these lessons from a loss like this and take the lessons and apply them and try to learn from them to grow as a team.
Well, the Hat-Tricks are back in action this coming weekend against Watertown. One on the road and one at home, I believe. The schedule for the Hat-Tricks on the weekend. On Friday at Watertown, Saturday home against Watertown. And another couple big games for the Hat-Tricks, one on the road, one at home, as they drop the final game of this series, 5-2. Thanks for doing this tonight, John. It was a ton of fun having you up here. I'm sure it's a little bit of a different vantage point for you. You see anything different? You watched the game a little differently tonight?
Absolutely. I felt like such a student of the game. It was. I really appreciate you having me up here. It was a lot of fun, and just like we were talking before the game, it's this side of things is it's something that I think a lot of broadcasters just make look so easy, and it's definitely not. It's gave me a whole different perspective for the position and just for the industry, and really it was, like I said, it was a blast, and I hope to maybe do it again one day.
Oh, we would love to have you whenever you want up here. It was a pleasure. And you did a great job. Gave a great perspective, I thought. One that we haven't really had on our broadcast this year. We haven't had any of the players up here, so it's a cool perspective for us and the fans to get at home and aren't able to come out tonight and hear your thoughts on the game. So it was a pleasure having you, and we really appreciate it.
Thank you.
So that's John Stephenson. My name is Josh Starr. Our producer, Jack Kinnis, here with us tonight. The Hat-Tricks dropped the third game of the series, 5-2, but they won the first 2, and they will be back in action for a home-and-home with Columbus next weekend. At home on Saturday night, it will be New Haven night here in Danbury Arena. Hat-Tricks will wear throwback New Haven Nighthawks jerseys, paying homage to the fellow hockey team back in the day down in New Haven. We'll be excited to bring you the action here on the Hat-Tricks YouTube, but if you want tickets, head to danburyhattricks.com and join us here in the building next weekend. Until then,